Hi there guys, Jimbo here and welcome to a brand new video. So today is a day which I've been excited for and, well, worried for really. It's GCSE results day today, which is when everyone gets given their grades and GCSE results from all their exams this year, and here's mine right here. As soon as I got it at school, I opened it right away because I wanted to see my grades immediately. And when I looked at it, I started from the bottom because, well, I knew that was the one that I did the worst at, because they either put them in alphabetical order or in order of which exams you did, and I knew the bottom one would be my worst one. But today I'm going to share them with you guys and show you, well, my results and see how I did. Now, I must admit, there are some great ones in here, there are some okay ones, and there are some awful ones as well. So, I don't know, I'm just going to show you guys what I did and share with you how my exams went. So without further ado, let's get into these grades. So just like school, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up top because like I said, the one I did worst at, it's at the bottom, and I want to get it out the way and over with. And that first subject is product design, and for that I got an E grade, which is awful to say the least, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be actually. I was actually expecting something like an F for that subject, since there were so many blank spaces in the coursework, and the exam I missed out a few questions because I didn't really know the answers, or I don't know, that subject just went real bad for me actually. And the coursework side of the GCSE takes up about 60% of the GCSE. And that was basically to design and create your own product, and you had to make a PowerPoint with like 30 odd slides, 25 minimum, just explaining each and every step in the process of making your product, the evaluation and everything. And I literally was so confused by a lot of this, and I had to try and think of the new product to make, and I didn't know what to make. I ended up making this weird sort of storage unit thing with some hoppers that don't work properly. Thing is, I had an idea to begin with, and then I gradually found out that it was a little too hard to make, and I tried to change it a bit, but when I changed it a bit, it did not make sense with the first part of the PowerPoint that I made. And then when I revisited my PowerPoint in year 11, which I started in year 10, I was like thinking, what the heck did I write there? Like, what is this? Did I seriously write that? That doesn't even make sense with what I wrote on the next slide. No. And so I had to go and change everything, but there was not much time left, and I missed out a load of blank spaces in it. There was a few slides I didn't finish or make. So there was a beginning and an end, but a lot of the middle parts of the coursework was missing. So that was the problem with that. Then when it came to the paper, there was just a lot of facts and, well, stuff like I did not know. I couldn't remember the names of lots of certain types of materials. I don't know, this one just went real bad for me, but I don't know, that was how that went. So next up, the second subject I took was drama. I was originally, my main goal was to just try and get C's in every single subject. If I got an A or a B or anything higher, that'd be great, that'd be awesome. But really, my main goal is to just try and get at least a C in every subject, just straight C's. And I'm really happy to have gotten a B in drama. And if we just look at the practical work, the drama practical work alone, aside from the written paper, I actually got an A star in my drama practical work. And yeah, which I'm very pleased about as well. And then when we combined the written paper to it, I overall got a B. And so yeah, that was great. That turned out to be a pretty successful subject, and I'm quite happy about that. And next year I'm actually going to be taking drama again, be taking performing arts in college next year. So yeah, I really enjoy doing drama, so I'm going to be doing it again and continuing it. So yeah, that subject was pretty successful. Alright, so the next subject that's on here is English, and for that subject I actually got a D in it. I actually got a D grade in my English, which I'm quite disappointed about, because it means I have to take the whole course all over again. I got to do the whole thing again at college, I got to do all the control assessments again, I got to do the exam papers again, I got to do the whole English GCSE at college all over again. And I'm really not happy about that, because it could have been something I could have just left behind, a bit of stress I could just leave behind at school and do something that I'm quite good at actually. But no, because I got a D, college like says I really need to have my C in English, and so I had to do it again. And I knew exactly where I messed up too. I knew exactly what I did wrong, and it was really small. I was actually so close to getting my C. I was actually really close, and I will tell you, basically 60% of the English GCSE is, well, the exam papers, the English exam papers, and the other 40% are the control assessments, basically. So 4 control assessments, and for 2 of those I got C's in, and the other 2 I got B's in. And I was really happy about those, and I was on track to get a C because, well, those turned out to be very successful. And all that was left to do now was the actual exam papers themselves. So basically there's 2 papers. The first one was a reading paper where you basically read a couple of texts and answer a bunch of questions about them. And that one went really well. I actually managed to do that paper successfully, and that just went quite well. But the other paper, the writing one, that's where it went wrong. Basically it's like this. So I'm reading the question, and then almost instantly after I read it, there we go, I know the answer. I've got it right away. Yeah, that's it. I know for sure I'm right and all that, and I just know the answer. It's in my head. But the thing about it is actually trying to get it from my head to the paper. Like, I can't seem to write it down properly in the words that I think I'm comfortable with. So I write like this, and I think, there we go. Wait, no, I was supposed to say that point as well. Dang it, okay, let's write this. There we go. No, now it doesn't make sense now that I've changed it. Oh no, it may think I'm referring to that when I'm actually referring to this. No, let's change it. Dang it. Just getting on the paper, that's literally what my trouble was. I just wasn't able to do it. So with the first 5 marker of this paper, I knew exactly what the answer was right away. I then spent the next 10 minutes trying to write down this 5 marker, and that is not very much. 5 marks isn't very much in this for one of the first few, and a lot of the time I keep thinking too hard or overthinking, and literally I wasted so much time trying to write down an answer for one question that the time ran out, and I just couldn't reach the end of the paper because I wasted so much time near the start. And so that's why I got a D, because I messed up right there, and I couldn't answer all the questions. That's why, and that's what happened. But I got a D. I've got to do it again. Hopefully it may not be that bad, but hopefully next year I'll be able to get my C in English. Alright, so the next subject here is maths, and this was that one other subject, including English, where you have to get at least a C, and if you don't, you have to do it again at college. And I really didn't want to do maths as well as English again at college. I just really didn't want to at all. But I thought maths was something I was actually kind of good at, and my best, well, questions in them, I'm really good at using the protractors and the compass, bar charts and graphs and everything. Anything that involves graphs and shapes and all that, I'm really good at those. And so I was looking forward to seeing those questions in the papers, because they actually offer a lot of marks as well. And so when I opened the papers, there was not one opportunity to use a protractor or a compass at all. When I opened it, there was not one chance. These maths papers were way harder than the ones I practiced from. Like, I practiced from loads and loads of maths papers, quite a lot, as I really wanted to get my C in it as well. And the actual papers we did, they were nothing like the ones we revised from. Literally. And throughout both of these papers, there was not one chance to use a protractor or a compass. So I basically could have just showed up at these exams without a protractor or a compass, and still it was possible to get full marks. I would have thought there would be at least one question to use either one of those, but no, none. So I was kind of disappointed in that, and that was really difficult. That one was annoying, but my grade for maths was a C. I actually got a C in maths, so that's good. I don't have to take it again next year. That's something I can leave behind. But yes, I got a C in maths, so I'm quite chuffed with that. That subject was quite successful. Okay, so next up, another subject I took was art and design. And for that subject, I actually got an A grade in it. And I'm very happy about that. I'm really pleased with that result. So my original plan, as I said, was to try and get at least all C's, but then I was thinking for art, maybe I should try and aim for a B, because this is, after all, my favourite subject, and it is the one I'm best at. And so I thought about aiming for a B, and then after year 10, once all the coursework was done, I decided to aim for, why not, let's just try and go for an A if we can. Even though it's never been said in any of my reports of effort or attainment, I'm just going to aim for an A if I can. But it was really close though, because towards the end, there was actually a lot of incompleted stuff which I actually hadn't done because I was actually in the meantime trying to catch up with my math and science, and I forgot all about my art at that point, and I had so much work to catch up with. So there was 2 weeks left, and I had like 4 to 6 weeks of art to catch up on. I was literally speeding down, doing it at home as well. I wasn't rushing, of course, because you would kind of mess up easily if you did that. So I just spent a lot of time trying to catch up. Even on the very last day, I was actually doing artwork for it until I finally finished it all. Literally 4 to 6 weeks worth of work in 2 weeks. I'm not going to forget that. And when I looked at the result the other day, I could not believe I managed to get an A. That was so close. Like, I was probably going to get a B. If I didn't go that fast, I probably wouldn't even gotten like a C even, because there was so much work to catch up on. But I did it, and got an A grade, so I'm really pleased with that result. And yeah, that went really well. Okay, so one other subject that I took was science, the other core subject, and for that subject I actually got a C grade in that. And I'm really pleased about how that went, since I've never been good at science. That was a subject for a while that I was actually struggling with, so I'm actually pleased to have a C grade as the result. The coursework of the science is probably the part that was probably the biggest boost, because you were able to look up some things and answers. You were able to get some help and all that. You're able to have a lot of help. But in the exam paper, you're on your own with the paper, and you have to think of the answer right there. And the problem with the science paper was they had lots of scientific words they want you to use. Like, they didn't want you to be simple. They wanted you to be real specific in what word to use. I remember as well, in one of my mocks, there was a question: what's the sort of eye protection used for this experiment? And so like that. And I knew the answer was goggles, but I knew they're not going to accept goggles as the answer, so I'm going to write down safety goggles. And when I wrote that down and I got the answer, it was wrong. That was not the right answer to the question. And I thought, come on, safety goggles must be answered. That's what we all call them. That's what they're called, right? But no, the answer wasn't safety goggles. It was safety dimming goggles. So they are more than specific, because I thought I was being clever at first, but no, I was still wrong, and it was actually safety dimming goggles. I ended up practicing more of that to make sure I remembered it all. So I'm quite happy to have gotten a C in science, and yeah, I'm quite pleased with the results here. And yeah, that went quite well. Alright, so there you have it. That was quite a few of my GCSE results. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Add a comment down below what subject you found the hardest or the easiest, and yeah, feel free to share your opinions on some of the things as well. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.